Hello, I'm Rick Cotton, Executive Director of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. And on behalf of the Port Authority, welcome and thank you for joining us. The Port Authority is excited to be working with our private partners at American Airlines, at URW, at Phoenix Infrastructure Group, and at Holt Construction to deliver on the $125 million commercial development of the recently expanded Terminal 8 at JFK. This is an exciting and strategic priority for the Port Authority and for JFK Airport. Across JFK, the Port Authority is committed to ensuring that the benefits of these airport projects accrue to the community. We are committed to providing opportunities for small business, for local businesses, and for minority and women-owned businesses. Today's session is a key step in our partnership to deliver world-class facilities to the region. The Port Authority is all in supporting this outreach and assuring a broad participation of businesses from the community in JFK's transformation into the international gateway airport that the region deserves. Thank you for attending today's event.
Hi. On behalf of American Airlines, we thank you for joining us today. My name is Sylvia Rodriguez, and I'm the Managing Director of JFK for American Airlines. Building on the recently completed $400 million expansion of Terminal 8, the $125 million commercial renovation will further enhance the customer experience. The dining and shopping will be a transformational experience representative of the vibrant New York region. None of this would be possible without the long-withstanding partnership with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, our Terminal 8 partners team, and the local community to ensure a world-class travel journey for our customers and our One World partners at Terminal 8.
Good afternoon. I'm Brad Tollefson. I'm the Senior Vice President of Development at Unibail Rodamco Westfield. We are the lead commercial developer for T8 Innovation Partners. We're honored to partner with American Airlines and the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey to help transform JFK into a 21st century airport and bring major benefits to New Yorkers and travelers from around the world. Alongside our partners, we're committed to ensuring Terminal 8 celebrates New York's incredible diversity and represents the best of New York with a spotlight on local, small, and minority-owned businesses. Across the development project and beyond, the connection to Queens and our local communities will be at the forefront of everything we do at Terminal 8. From design and construction to a variety of flexible opportunities within our concessions program, we are incredibly excited to support the Port Authority's vision of a JFK that proudly represents our local community while creating new opportunities for local firms to participate. We look forward to working with all of you on this world-class project.
Hi, my name is Jeremy M. Eby, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Phoenix Infrastructure Group. Phoenix is proud to be an equity member of the T8 Innovation Partners to help transform Terminal 8 into an incredible new gateway for New Yorkers and travelers around the globe. We're a part of this project because I truly believe that infrastructure projects should create value for the surrounding community. And that's exactly what we aim to do here at Terminal 8, to help advance minority and local small businesses' growth by connecting the community to opportunities across the development project and through long-term operations. I'm excited to engage with small businesses and entrepreneurs from Jamaica, Queens, as well as from across the city. Together, we will create an incredible new Terminal 8.
Hello, I'm Christopher Asaro, President of Holt Construction. I'm proud to announce that the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, in partnership with American Airlines, URW Airports, has announced a $125 million commercial redevelopment of JFK's Terminal 8. As the project's construction partner, Holt Construction is pleased to partner with URW to introduce our new information and technical assistance program designed to connect you to opportunities available across the 24-month redevelopment of Terminal 8, all part of the Port Authority's $19 billion airport redevelopment program that is transforming New York's airport system. Working with our partners at the Port Authority, American Airlines, URW, and Phoenix Infrastructure, we have designed a special series of programs that will help you learn more about the project, the business and contracting opportunities that are right for your company, and how your business can participate. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to partnering together.
Welcome, everyone. And on behalf of JFK T8 Partners and Westfield, welcome to our first Architecture, Engineering, and Construction Opportunity Session for JFK Terminal 8's just launched commercial redevelopment program. My name is Rosie Klaj, and I'm the Project Compliance Manager for Holt Construction. Navigating procurement and new business opportunities within the airports is complex. We're here to help you understand what's available and to help you through the process. Today, we will give you an overview of the Terminal 8 commercial redevelopment and the types of architecture, engineering, and construction business opportunities that will be available across the 24-month span. There are a variety of opportunities for different types of trades and businesses. These sessions will help you find the right ones for your firm. We know many of our guests today have joined us in past outreach events, educational sessions, and business opportunities related to the Terminal 8 expansion project, which was completed last year. Today, we are talking about the next phase, which involves opportunities for firms to participate in both base building activities managed by Holt, as well as opportunities to create new retail and dining spaces that the Westfield-led team is bringing to the terminal. So let's welcome today's session and our panelists. First, we have Tieli.
Good afternoon. I'm Tieli Ferreira. I am the Senior Vice President, Head of Design at Unibail-Rodamco Westfield. Along with my team of designers, I'm leading the environmental transformation at T8, and I'm very, very excited to share more about this project with you.
What?
Hi, folks. Joshua Mandel, and as Tieli, I'm with Unibail-Rodamco Westfield. I'm the Vice President, Project Executive for the redevelopment, and I have the privilege of driving all the way through to completion with the rest of the team.
Next, we have Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert Cruzan, Senior Project Manager with Holt Construction. I'll be leading the construction efforts on behalf of Holt.
And lastly, we have Obi.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Obi Chiapa, and I'm the project director from RF Wilkins Consultants. And we are a hyper-local Queens-based management consulting firm. My team and I will be overseeing the compliance as it relates to diversity and minority engagement and outreach. On behalf of my CEO, Francilia Wilkins Rahim, I'm super excited to be here to speak about how you all can participate in this great program. Thanks, Rosie.
So thank you, everyone. So let's kind of get a better understanding of what the project is. We'll begin with Tieli. Can you kind of give us a brief overview of the commercial redevelopment side?
Sure, absolutely, Rosie. At JFK Terminal 8 Innovation Partners is creating a new customer experience for American and One World customers who travel in and out of Terminal 8. We are completely enhancing the shopping and dining experience across the entire terminal and making improvements to the common areas. But what I'm really, really excited about is that we are creating an environment that is truly for everyone. It's for the locals to be proud and for the visitors to want to come back. A memorable, warm, flexible, and truly just all around beautiful space. We are creating a sense of place. There's a ton of energy, a fantastic vibe. Rosie, what about we show some renderings? There you go. Thank you, Rosie. So in this image, we have represented what we are calling the show. Love the name, the show. Just to give you a taste of our vision, this is all about a memorable passenger journey. Here, the travelers will experience performances, activations, and all sorts of fun activities that celebrate New York. Next slide, please. There you go. In this image shows our Great Hall. That's how our passengers will be greeted with a fully reimagined experience. This is where our passengers will be recomposing, getting their belongings, finding their way. And in this image, note in the back, the very prominent storefront design. We want to give our brands a very unique expression, something that is truly distinctive to Terminal 8. To deliver all this, vision, we are partnering with amazing local and national brands and businesses to create a one-of-a-kind concessions program. Our goal is to cover a whole range of customer needs, from quick grab and go, food hall, sit-down dining, all the way to luxury duty-free, travel essentials, and local shops. Our program design from tenants all the way to common area will all work together to create an inviting, engaging experience that will make the passenger journey much more convenient and more pleasurable. And I also want to emphasize something. This transformation is also exciting and will make a much better place for airports, airline, and concessions employees. So, Rosie, I can speak hours about the transformation. I hope this summer it shows you our excitement and our commitment to this project.
Thank you, Tiali, and that does sound amazing. So Joshua, this one's for you. Is this all going to happen while the terminal is operating?
That's absolutely right, Rosie, and that's the exciting part. We're going to do it New York style. We're doing this live without a net. Unlike other main terminals where it might be ground up construction, fresh and new, before the terminal opens, this is a fully operational major international airline terminal. It is live, it is vibrant, it is fully under sail, and we're going to do this all while out at sea doing that together. This is incredibly, incredibly complex, but we're doing it without missing a flight and to deliver the same wonderful customer experience we can throughout the course of it, ending in the beautiful new program. For perspective, we're changing a bunch of base building features, as Tiali just mentioned, and also the concession program at the same time. Roughly 60 spaces. We're removing some of the people movers to bring beautiful soft seating and more of a customer experience. We're moving ramps in the customer passenger path of travel, and we're enhancing the aesthetics. This is for a totally new and outstanding customer experience that will unveil itself as we move forward.
So we all know JFK is a super busy airport. How is this going to work out in the next 24 months?
Well, I love that question because that's the magic. It is complex. It is a very, very intense and very specific phasing plan. We'll be doing the base building first. We'll have what we'll call the Westfield work, which we're doing with Holt specifically. And that is the structural, that is the ramps, that is the other aspects that Tiali and I spoke to moments ago. It's also the infrastructure. We have many utilities to bring because we're bringing in new food, and food is a very intensive project on top of even retail spaces, which are a little bit more accessible and easier. But across the boards, we'll be doing all that work first in order to prep for the tenant spaces. That work will be specific to the tenants themselves. That's a very important point. That's where there's an awful lot of opportunity because with 60 stores or so, there'll be a lot of separate projects that will all need full services along the way. With the 4 phases, we'll go through those, but in addition, we have 2 major projects. We're going to be doing an enhanced suite of duty-free stores throughout the terminal, but also in the central core within the main hall that Tiali mentioned too, which is going to have all the beauty and all the focus when you come through TSA. And we're also going to be converting from a standard offer of food in a food court of sorts to a major enhanced and beautiful food hall. So those are the 2 big attributes of it, but the rest are as important and as challenging, and the opportunity abounds. This will be all on a rolling cascade through to the middle of, say, 2025, and that begins now, folks. So we're off and running.
So it seems like there's a lot of opportunities for firms to get involved with. Tiali, can you kind of explain some of those opportunities that URW and their tenants will offer?
Of course. So from start to finish, this project will require a wide range of services and contracting. For example, for all these tenant spaces that Joshua was just mentioning, they'll require design professionals to create the vision, architect of record to document construction drawings, to run permits, approvals by the airport authority, engineering services, for all the systems on construction side, general, subcontractor, interior trades, structural, carpentry, electric, plumbing, flooring, painting, millwork, and project management professionals too. There's definitely a wide range of opportunities for all the different expertise.
So Joshua, some of our firms that are attending today, they haven't really worked in the airport. Can you kind of explain the difference of construction within an airport versus outside of an airport?
Yes, not to scare anybody, just for the scope and scale, because it is an impressive difference from the street into the airports. Imagine working in Midtown, add in the TSA and an active terminal at the same point. So you'll have additional security. There are many controls that are in place for all the apparent reasons. There's badging for access. For those who don't have badges, there will be escorts that will be needed. Safety and the passenger experience is paramount. So it's making sure that we absolutely respect and we do not disrupt such pieces. The load in and load out from the terminal itself, the personnel, the equipment, the materials. This is a major, major high wire act that we'll all accomplish together. It's also a highly patrolled environment due to the safety, due to the security of all. So that will absolutely be paramount. It'll be omnipresent throughout the course of it. We have employees, we have passengers, we have the current concessions program. All those will be absolutely active around us as they are today while we transform the whole place, as we said, within 24 months. And speaking of 24, the work will go on 24 hours a day. Some work will be at night due to the not wanting to disturb the passenger experience itself. Other will be during the daytime hours, but across the boards, the overall experience and the process from a contractor's standpoint is it's challenging, it's achievable, we'll be there with you, and it is a heck of a ride, folks.
Thank you, Joshua. Rob, in regards to architectural and engineering, how does the airport work compared to outside the airport work?
Thank you for the question. Working in the airport can be quite different than typical work from the street. Building on what Joshua said, working in the airport can be quite challenging. Airport buildings are extraordinarily complex. They require, detailed integration of all systems, including the building management system, fire and life safety, and security. All the work, as Joshua said, will occur in an active terminal, which is all secured by TSA and is governed by Port Authority, which uses QAD instead of the Department of Buildings. So codes can be a little bit different and tricky. The landside air operations require increased coordination of materials and tool deliveries, as well as worker screening, and credentialing, which we'll go over in a later session. Fortunately, Holt and our partners at Westfield have decades of experience in this type of work. Our track record of success is due to our knowledge of airport work and our ability to collaborate with our trade partners to ensure their success.
So with the upcoming construction opportunities, can you give us a preview of the Holt construction opportunities for the base building work, please?
Yeah, of course. So Joshua kind of touched on it. The current upcoming work for Holt Construction is the kind of landlord enabling work for the customer experience expansion. We'll be increasing the leasable square footage by doing some ramp infills and removing the people movers within the main concourse. Additionally, we'll be doing some MEP upgrades, sprinkler, fire alarm, gas upgrades for the new upcoming tenant work.
So we all understand how committed JFK is to the diversity portion of the work. OB, our Terminal A project is committed to providing businesses and employment opportunities for the community. Can you kind of briefly explain those local and diversity requirements and commitments?
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the purposes of that, so thank you, Rosie, that's an incredible question. For the purposes of this info session, which relates specifically to the construction side, there is a 30% MWBE goal for this program. And that's broken down to the 20% MBE goal and a 10% WBE goal. I would like to call out that throughout the course of the program, because this entire group is committed to making sure that the local community is prioritized, we will be monitoring LBE participation as well as SDVOB participation throughout the course of the program, and be making sure that communities and local neighborhoods are prioritized for consideration at every level throughout the course of the program.
And then what resources are available for our local and diverse businesses?
Thank you. So for the purposes of this program, there are two main resources that were created specifically to make sure that local communities have access to everything that's going on. And those two resources are the new JFKT8.com portal, as well as an email address, which is the info T8@rfwconsultants.com. And I'm going to explain at what points you should engage or utilize each resource. So for the portal, starting with the portal, the JFK T8 portal is a user-friendly, mobile-friendly website that once registered, folks can get updates on every single event, opportunity as it relates to bids, as it relates to professional services, you name it, it's available. So that portal is literally it's the basis of where everything that's going on in this program will be saved and reported. So we are encouraging everyone to, if you haven't done so yet, to sign up for that portal, sign up to that portal so that you can stay abreast of all of the happenings that will be happening on this project throughout the course of the 24 months, as Joshua mentioned during his presentation. The next resource is the info T8@rfwconsultants.com. And as I mentioned at the start of our conversation, we are committed as the compliance partner to make sure that you participate in this program. So that stated, if you have any questions about anything, and I mean everything from, do I qualify as an MBE? I'm an MBE and I want to make sure that I participate. Whatever it is the question is, you need assistance with technical assistance with how to be qualified with the port. Whatever the question is, please feel free to send an email to info@rfwconsultants.com, and myself or someone from my team will respond to you and dedicate your inquiry accordingly.
Thank you, Obi, and thank you for our lovely panelists. So to register for any upcoming sessions and to learn more about the project and sign up for our emails and text alerts, please visit www.thenewjfkt8.com. And on August 3rd, we will review and discuss Holt's construction bid packages 1 and 2. On August 10th, we will discuss how to pre-qualify with Holt Construction. And this is a key session to attend, even if you are pre-qualified. It's important that we maintain that pre-qualification, and we'll explain how you can do that. And then on August 17th, we will meet with the Holt team members and learn more in depth about how to prepare on the bids for Holt construction packages. So on behalf of the entire JFK Innovation Partners team, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at one of our future sessions. Now let's move on to our audience's Q&A. So first question we have, we are a Port Authority MBE, SVE, and HubStone certified uniform company based in New Jersey. Are there any opportunities for us with your organizations? So I'm going to shoot that over to Joshua.
There are many, many opportunities that will come with that for all the trades that are coming in, whether it be a general contractor or the sub-trades themselves and other services into both the construction industry and to the general stores themselves. There are many, many, many opportunities as we have the necessity and the dedication to make sure that, that those folks do have an opportunity and are part of the mix. So everything that we touch is associated with MEBE and WEBE, as we call it locally. And as Obi said, please register through the site. And that way you can be brought to the proper fit for whatever your business may be. So a slightly broader response to the question, but everybody should know there's a place for all aspects of this industry.
Thank you, Joshua. Obi, how do you get certified for Terminal 8? There's a tier 1 vendor for JFK. So can you kind of explain the process?
In terms of just local business participation?
I'm assuming entirely for the program.
Okay, absolutely. So if you know that your business is located within any of the neighborhoods that have been identified by the Port Authority as a tier 1 local business enterprise, you can definitely reach out to us at, again, going back to the email, info@rfwconsultants.com, and we will definitely be able to transfer you or connect you with the appropriate party, either on the Holt team or on the URW team for participation.
So I have another one for you. They are asking, what is JFK's definition of minority businesses? And does that definition include Black Americans? And if so, what are the verifications or checkpoints to see that primes or subs actually reach out to those in the community to recruit those Black businesses and not just sugarcoat their paperwork?
That's an
question.
incredible question. That's a great question. That's a great question. So starting off with what is a minority-owned business? A minority-owned business is a business where 51% of the ownership of that business is owned by a minority, and that includes, every class of minority. I don't want to go into the details of calling them out because I could miss one, and given the sensitivities of that, just want to make sure that I keep that. I don't get into the weeds of that. So in terms of the next question is, sorry, there were like 3 questions in one. So I want to make sure.
The next one is, part of that question is, what are the verifications or checkpoints to see if primes or subcontractors actually reach out to those in the community?
So our office is dedicated to making sure that every inquiry is transferred to the appropriate party. So in terms of what the qualifications are, there's a list of certain documentation and certain criteria that you have to meet as a firm in order to participate. Going back to my suggestion, which is to email info@rfwconsultant.com. But once you do that, we'll be able to have an assessment conversation with you so that we can assess where you are and provide you with the written documentation or the documentation that is required if it's missing, so that could be submitted to the port so that your participation could be taken into account.
Thank you, Obi. Next question, I think this is for you, Tiali. For food, are you using induction stoves, or will you and the tenants still be cooking with gas?
That's actually a Joshua question.
Joshua,
our master of utilities.
Bring it on. I love this one. Absolutely. So first of all, we are dedicated to green restaurants and making sure that we have full efficiencies in every possible way. We've even partnered with the Green Restaurant Association, and we have a minimum requirement of a pretty robust level of achievement for every restaurant that's coming in order to support the sustainable building and the ongoing sustainability of the program. With many of the restaurants, they are exclusively electric. So that would be an opportunity, and a preferred. We'll look to help people see the wisdom of choosing induction because of the efficiencies and because of that technology coming forward now. So it's actually a great question. It's very much on the cutting edge of what we're doing.
Okay, so this next question, I'm going to just leave it out. So whomever wants to answer, go ahead. How can we market our services to the retail owners or representatives?
I'll take this one. So
website again, right, Obi?
So there are a number of events, as Rosie mentioned earlier, whereas, and throughout the course of this program, we're going to have a number of both virtual and in-person events where you're able to connect with the primes on different levels. So on the construction side, on the concession side, and all whatnot. So those dates, we have the first set of dates that were rolled out. Going back to the portal, the reference mentioned earlier, the new jfkt8.com, that will give you a list of all of the all of the events and outreach programs we have coming down the pike. And then you will get an opportunity to be able to market yourself. In addition to that, again, going back to the importance of communicating with our team, I do want to emphasize that just as someone from Queens, I live in Briarwood, sisters went to St. John's University. As someone from Queens, part of this community, committed to making sure that, there is community and participation, I have to emphasize the importance of being your own advocate. You have to follow up. So staying abreast of what's going on and not just signing up once you're on the portal, which is very important, but also going back to the portal, checking those emails in your junk box to make sure if anything went there that you didn't miss it. But Most of the information as it pertains to this program will be available in the portal. So do your part to be an agent of this progressive change. And I state that by stating, sign up and register at the portal, and then send us an email. And in addition to that, make sure you follow up and visit the portal regularly to make sure that nothing gets by you. Thanks, Rosie.
You got it. So Rob or Joshua, either or. We are a BIM consulting firm. We work with general contractors and subcontractors to produce installation drawings using the BIM process. How can we participate as BIM consultants for this project at this stage?
I think I'll let Joshua take that one. I'm not sure of the architectural integration with BIM as it stands yet in the design process, but Joshua, maybe you can elaborate.
Well, I'm going to say that's going to be specific to each of the tenant projects. So all the projects, aside from the Holt work, which of course is the, we'll call it the Westfield of the URW work, all the tenant projects will be specific to the tenant teams, which leads to the importance of registering. If you're a service provider, we want to make sure that we have you as part of our resource here to share with the incoming tenant teams. So please, I'm not going to say the name of the website, that's Obi's purview, but you all know where to go. And please make sure you register there. We will sort it out. We will have you at hand as needed and make sure we connect you with the people who could and would be using your services.
Joshua, you're very, very popular today. And I got another one for you.
Oh, well, here we go.
When will drawings go out to bid for the architectural metal package?
Oh no, this goes right back to Rob. Rob, you got this, brother. This is all you.
We were going to be discussing upcoming bid opportunities. I believe it was the April 3rd session was the first package into the architectural metals. There may be a few needs for the upcoming tenant work where we do the ramp infills and reconfigure some of the leasable square footage. Then there'll be further packages that come out as the tenants begin to come online and start to design their spaces that will also have architectural metal requirements and needs.
And then beyond that too, just a general statement, the capital work that we're doing to the base building is one wing of this, but the tenant work, folks, keep your eyes and ears open. That will be later this year. This will be towards the end of Q3 or beginning of Q4 as that's happening. So there will be a rollout of opportunities, and I'll stress it again, that's the importance of registering now. It's never too early, and therefore you will be within the captured resource that we will share with all possible people that you could connect with and find success with.
Do ensure to look at the August 3rd date with the big packages coming up. There should be some architectural metal included in that package as well, and if not, then the upcoming opportunities later in the year.
So Joshua, is there a project timeline that can be shared for major pieces like the food hall or the enhanced duty-free stores?
Those are being the more major projects. We are going to be working with tenants starting soon in order to get the proper fit for the terminal. Once done, the design process would start later this year, and you would see live activity in the field, as in the building itself would be roughly the first or second quarter of next year.
Thank you. Tialia, I think this one's for you. How and who do we approach regarding branding and wayfinding signage, wallpaper, large format printing?
Oh, that's great. Not only we need that, our tenants will absolutely need those services. So again, please register with Obi. That's the key, right? To be part of the pool, to be registered, to have your information out there. So we are able to contact you. We are able to connect you with our partners, with our tenants, because every single tenant, for instance, will need a signage, every one of them. So there's a ton of opportunities, but we can't stress enough. Please register. That's how we will be able to contact you and make sure to pair with the right project.
So
additionally, as the general contractor, as we're building out the space, we'll need some wayfinding signage and large format signage for barricades, stuff like that. So please reach out, make sure we have your name and contact information, because we will have those needs throughout the project.
Tiali, I have another one for you. Is there a list of tenants for the space in addition to American Airlines and duty-free stores that can be shared?
Not yet. Not yet. We are still advancing our deals. Are still working to make sure that we have the absolutely best pool of local and interesting brands and businesses. So we are getting close, but we are not there yet.
I have another one for you. So someone said, wouldn't all the private tenants already have their own design teams? Who would the base building airport upgrade be contracted through? And is there a specific RFP that will be coming out for the architectural work?
So I will say this, my experience with working with tenants in New York has been that most of the tenants try and really aim to have someone local. It's important to have someone local. We are, as a company, URW, we are pushing hard for this representation. We want to make sure that it's connected with our community. So we are working with our tenants and we'll continue to work with our tenants to show them perhaps a new, different vendor. We are always trying to reinvent. We are always opening up our pool of consultants, vendors, and partners. So we will continue to push that. If a tenant has its own designer, perhaps they might still need an architect of record. So there are so many different areas within the design process that a tenant will engage, that there are possibilities. The second portion was about the base building, I believe. We have a series of elements that still need to be, that we will need to contract, we will need to source, such as furniture, millwork, lighting, landscape. We will need all those packages vetted out throughout the next couple of months. And I believe, Joshua, that's something that we will work with Holt to support us on the RFPs.
Absolutely. I can add a little bit more to that. As Celia was saying, there might be national brands and such, but local is very important here. Aside from even the opportunity, this is an ever increasingly hands-on process. And the architects must be dedicated and must be on premises much more than just a couple of touches here and there. So having a local presence will be beneficial in every possible way, but it doesn't exclude any, let's say, national or international branding and a cohesive plan you might have. There's room for everybody.
Thank you both. Again, guys, if you're interested, visit the website, reach out to OB. Any other questions in regards to opportunities, they have those answers for you. Next question, Robert. What does QAD stand for, and why are they different from building codes?
I believe it's the Quality Assurance Division. Yeah, nailed it. Good. QAD is the internal Department of Buildings for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. They do follow the majority of construction code that you're familiar with New York City. They do have some specifics that can be challenging, specifically around how you attach your mechanicals to the ceiling and not sharing any unistrut. They're very particular with fire protection and fire stopping. It's small requirements that we are aware of and that we closely monitor as we go through the building process. They do in-wall inspections, above ceiling inspections before you close anything. And we are very familiar with the process and able to guide our subcontracted trades through this to ensure that we're seamlessly turning over a project that meets all of the QAD requirements. It's not too different than DOB, but there are just some site-specific types of items that you need to be aware of. However, partnering with us, we will help you avoid those pitfalls.
So another one for you, Rob. Are there going to be site progress cleanup? And is it union? And will the work be performed during the day or evening hours?
Work will be union and it will be day and night hours. And yes, we will be utilizing Local 79 labor.
Perfect. Ovi, I'm a locally based contractor. However, I'm only certified by New York City. Will that affect me being able to bid?
No, it will not. For the purposes of this program, we will work with you to make sure that you are qualified with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. And again, that's another resource that our team is available, our team has available to you. So again, going back to what I always say, if you have any questions or want to understand your standing or anything like that, please reach out to myself or my team. And we're at info.t8@rfwconsultants.com. And we'll be able to make sure that you are, Joshua's cracking up. But if you reach out to us, I promise you that we'll do what we can to make sure that you're eligible for participation to the extent that we can. Thanks.
Yali, will Westfield oversee design on all tenant work? There's a design and production team that has experience in large transportation and retail spaces.
So I'm sorry, the question was if we are involved in the design?
Yeah, so is Westfield overseeing the design on all the tenant work?
Absolutely, yes. We are highly hands-on. So the way Westfield works, and some of you might have crossed us on the center side or on some of the mixed use or even on our airports business, we typically, as far as tenants goes, we always have a tenant criteria, a design criteria. This criteria serves as a guideline. It's a tool to serve for consistency. It's where we make it very clear what our vision is and ensure that whoever comes to our project, whoever comes to the terminal buys in, is on board, and has something to be guided with. From there, the brands and the tenants and their design teams will put their own spices, right? They will make sure it becomes their own. They add their standards, they add their branding. So it's very much a collaborative process where we will work hand in hand with both the tenants, the brand, and the architects and designers that they bring on board.
Perfect, thank you. Rob, are there going to be any opportunities for safety consulting companies?
Absolutely. Well, safety is a top priority for us. So we will definitely have a robust safety program.
So this one is up in the air. Obi mentioned that this meeting is directed towards the contractors only. Are there going to be similar outreach events tailored for MBE engineers and architects?
I'll give a blanket yes across the boards. This touches every aspect. This session is architects, engineers, and contract and construction. So everything we've mentioned regarding GCs and subcontractors, all the services involved, whether it be the physical or say the drafted portions of it, it all falls within the realm of the MeeBee-Weebies. Those opportunities, the services for every single project is open to all. So a resounding yes.
Thank you. We have a WBNC certified company that has been in business since 2000 and had customers throughout the states. However, their product is drug testing is different from pure construction. Who can they contact to start educating the construction site in regards to drug testing and approval of oral and fluid drug tests? I don't think that really pertains to us. I think that goes all through the specific subcontractors, I'm assuming in their firms specifically. So you'd have to reach out to them. All right, next question. We have a non-local firm in California that does professional services. Are there going to be opportunities that they can compete on? They understand there's an emphasis on local, so I think they want to understand if there's some opportunities for businesses that aren't specifically local.
I'll take that one. It's a blanket statement. Yes, we are dedicated to local because we live and breathe. It's where the airport is, and we must provide that for every reason. But it does not exclude other folks within the country. So there's nothing to say that you should not and would not have an opportunity also. So yes, an accent on local, but it's not to the exclusion of national.
And just to add to Joshua's point, a good point of entry would be partnering with a local firm, identifying a local firm that performs similar services. And in that partnership, it will actually increase your odds of being selected or participating on this program. So our office has a laundry list of folks who are specialists within the community. So if you email us, we'll be able to connect you with those folks, and then hopefully it leads to a partnership that will be productive for both you and the local community.
And that the matchmaking along those lines can pay dividends going forward, because it increases all relationships across all barriers. So it benefits everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So we have two questions regarding pre-qualification. So the first one's for a carpentry and drywall contractor that's been pre-qualified with us. If you have any changes within your pre-qualified, just since you're already pre-qualified with Holt directly, I'm sure you have a contact at Holt, reach out to us directly and we could kind of discuss some of the items that you brought up. Second one is, if a firm is not pre-qualified with Holt Construction, then is it allowed to participate? And what is the process to register underneath Holt? Who is Holt Construction? So Holt Construction is a general contractor and construction management company. So we're very, very familiar with the aviation sector. We do a lot of work over here. As for to pre-qualify, to be able to bid on these packages, yes. If you want to perform work underneath Holt Construction specifically, you do have to go through Holt's pre-qualification process. We do have a session coming up on how to go about with that. It's on August 10th. You can visit the website and register for it. So that you have to be pre-qualified in order to get the bid documents, bid on projects, and to be able to work with Holt. So Joshua.
Yes.
When Westfield delivers a space to a tenant for tenant build out, what does that space look like? And what's done at that point?
Okay, there's not one set answer for that, because there are many variants on it. If you think about an existing space that will be renovated, so it will be delivered upon the exit of the prior tenant as is. They will have debranded and taken all the mobile pieces out, but it would begin with demolition. So to bring it all the way back to its bare essence, and then every aspect of the build in the tenant space is the tenant's responsibility and their purview. So for a basic inline space that's already, say, a second generation that's already existed, that would be the case. We have some opportunities where there will be brand new spaces which will be carved out of, I call it thin air. So it'll be a patch of flooring and you will build up from there. So everything, including structural, across the boards to the interiors, and many of them are restaurants, and the restaurants would have all the mechanicals and all the roof systems that would go along with that. So those are the two extremes, and there'll be other aspects in between. So basically anything you can imagine and then some.
Thank you. And what about the material suppliers and furnishings? Are those generally needed on the tenant side of work?
100%. And if you think about it as in any other construction project, whether it's in an airport or not, the furnishings, the FF&E, Kelly touched upon this earlier. Every trade that would build a store on the street or build a store on the moon or build a store within the airport, it's all still necessary. We just have, let's say, a more stringent and more wonderfully challenging environment that we're all going to go through together.
Perfect. Thank you, Joshua. And last question, Obi, what is LBE? And do you become certified to become an LBE?
Save the best for last. I'm sorry, I could not help myself. I'm sorry. An LBE is a local business enterprise, and there is a tier system. So these are businesses that are located within the neighborhood. They're located, so there's a tier system, and I'm actually going to go through what that tier system is. There are 4 tiers. Tier 1, which is highest priority, are any businesses located within the 37 identified zip codes that the Port Authority has recognized to be LBE zip codes. So if your business is, and we can provide a one-pager or provide that information, but if your business is located within the 37 zip codes, you are automatically considered a tier 1 local business enterprise. Tier 2 are businesses that are located in Queens. And then tier 3 are businesses located within the 5 boroughs of New York. And then tier 4 are businesses located within the Port Authority's district. So again, if you have any questions about that, I'm going to end by telling you to please feel free to reach out to us at the info@rfwconsultants.com, and we'll be able to we'll help you identify if your business is considered an LBE, and we'll be able to emphasize that so that you're prioritized for consideration. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Actually, Rosie, I want to add to that a little bit. As far as getting a part of, say, this ecosphere that we're creating here, it will pay dividends beyond just this terminal. This terminal is, of course, this is hot and this is right now, and this is the exciting here and now. But we also have the upcoming terminal, the Terminal 1 within the airport itself. And as URW, we oversee the World Trade Center, which is another Port Authority property. So there's slightly different rules, but within that, it's the same city, it's the same governing body, and the locality and all. Again, this will cascade into more and more opportunities. And once you meet people and you meet more people, your world will expand along with ours. So please, as Obi said, I'm not going to say the website name because you all know it by now, but please register and get in this world with us. It's both exciting and it will lead to opportunity upon opportunity.
So thank you, everybody. That's it for questions. So again, www.thenewjfkt8.com, sign up, register, text, email alerts, everything. If you have questions, reach out to OB and the RFW team at info@rfwconsultants.com. And then next week, just so that everybody is aware, August 3rd, 12 to 1 p.m., we do have our discussion in regards to the specific Holt construction packages, bid number 1 and number 2. So please go register and join. And again, thank you everybody for joining. And we hope you guys got a lot of takeaway from this meeting today.